Daggone it, I'm gonna get in the front seat tonight.
Some things about the road just don't change. Endless hours and countless cities will make you lose track of time real quick. The important thing is not to lose yourself in all that chaos. Ed King's mom knows that.
The fact that he was maybe more popular didn't overly impress me, let's put it that way. I was proud of him.
Always been a regular guy, right?
But he has been, and it's true, he's never changed.
But in many ways, this is not the same group of guys that toured as Lynyrd Skynyrd a decade or so ago. I know, because I was with them a lot back then. The tribute band is on a different road.
People have read stories about the old Lynyrd Skynyrd band. The stories can't begin to touch reality. But now those days are gone. We've all grown up, and this band is as different from the other band as night and day.
I'm the drummer. Nope.
You can see it in places like the Miami Project, which is dedicated to finding a cure for paralysis. The band's sponsor, Cabin Fever Entertainment, is donating some proceeds from the tour to help in the fight. For the band, it's a place that hits very close to home.
I tell you, it's way ahead of everything I've ever seen. I never knew that it existed. I tell you, they put a couple of electrodes on my leg. I moved the first time I'd seen him in a couple of years. So that gave me a whole lot of hope.
He came in and played guitar with us the other day. He came in and he strummed some the chords to Curtis Slow.
We want to see Alan back on stage with us. We'd like to see him up, and we've got some people that are encouraging us that Alan can be a part of this again, because he's a part of it. He's with us every night, but we want him up there playing. And naturally, we get to go out and play rock and roll and our music, but when we can be involved with something that helps other people, which is the Miami Project, that's what it's about.
Johnny Van Zandt. I'm Randall Hall. This is Artie Kyle.
For the tribute band, the road now means giving something back and making a difference.
Well, I think right now, after going through and seeing everything I've seen today, it means a whole lot more to me. Because when you get involved in something and you know what it is, but when you see it firsthand, like we just went in today and saw some people, there's a lot of people and there was a lot of courage and stuff like that.
Last shot. Perfect.
All right.
About 8 minutes.
I love your sweater.
Well, that was Gary's band. They just came off stage and went running through here. Excited, I guess.
I'm curious. Look at my hands up.
More than anything, this tour feels like a family business. Artemis Pyle, who now lives in Jerusalem, brought his 2 kids along.
My son Marshall and Chris, I kept them out of school to do it. It's a better education than what they get sitting in a classroom.
Well, it's what I want to do for a living, It's great. I really look up to him for it, for working really hard and getting up there and doing it.
For a while there, my dad he wasn't around as much, and I never got to see him. And his dad was killed in a plane crash, and I never had a grandfather. And he just thinks that he should get closer to his kids, because he was sorry he didn't get as close as we are. There are a couple of times when people they ask me, what do you think about your dad being a star? And my dad tells me just to say my dad's not a star. He just does it for a living like anyone else. He's a normal father. He does things just like anyone else would. He brings home the bacon, as they say.
I watched an Elizabeth Taylor movie today that made me boo-hoo so hard.
What movie?
It was She Dies. It was Van Johnson. Van Halen and Elizabeth Taylor. You know that one. Van Johnson.
Mr. and Mrs. Rossington have each other on the road, but every day, a part of them is back in Wyoming with their 2 little girls.
We're doing it for them, too.
I think this was the hardest one for us because of them, because they're so young now. The fact that they're still babies and we have to leave them for 2 months at a time, that's
the hardest thing
tour,
to do is leave them, like I said earlier, but it's just a whole nother lifestyle. And And the only thing that happens is for an hour or two a day, we got to get on the phone and do business, and then we're just mom and dad.
We're parents now. We want to do things respectably so our kids can grow up proud of us. Some little girl came up to Mary one day and said, "Why does your daddy have long hair?" And it hurt Gary. He overheard it, and Mary just brushed it off and said, "Well, he plays guitar." But it hurt his feelings, and he was upset at whoever's mama made this little girl feel that way. So I wrote a song and made the girls learn it. I made them sing it 10 times. I got a handsome long-haired daddy, and he sure can play guitar. He's my handsome long-haired daddy. They say he is a big rock star. Well, millions love to hear him play his rock and roll. He's my handsome long-haired daddy, and oh, I love him so. And they go, "Oh, I love him so." And I made them learn it, and now they can be proud.
Every night, the Rossington Band opens a show for the tribute band. For Gary and Dale, it's double the work and double the stress, but they manage to keep it together.
It is hard, but we were worried about, if we'd get along, and, we didn't want to hurt our marriage or our family, but I don't know, we just knew we needed to do the music.
He understands my moods, and I certainly understand his, and there's quite a mutual respect there. I love him madly.
For Billy Powell, his wife Ellen is his strength on the road.
And I couldn't do it without her. And she knows it too.
It's never old to see him thrilled doing what he's doing, to see him so happy.
Really?
But to understand how life has really changed for a lot of people on the tour, catch them on a break from the schedule. A backyard barbecue at Billy Powell's in Jacksonville.
This is yours, Randall. Happy birthday.
Yeah, Randall. Thank you. Nobody else want anything?
Yeah, go ahead, Randall.
Okay.
That's your plate.
The faces may be the same, but the focus is a little different. It's about what matters.
At some point in the day, we just sit and look back and just over the day's events and think how blessed we are. We have a good life.
I mean, my eyes, really, God comes first. Family comes second, music comes third. I'd quit right now for my family if there's some reason that I would have to quit. That we're 10 years older, 10 years wiser, 10 years better, 10 years after.